What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to Gibraltar United. So apologies for the lack of upload yesterday and the fact I haven't really been replying to comments too much recently. I had a speaking exam on Monday and I had an examination on Monday which turned out to be a presentation, so as a result I was practicing quite a bit for that. And also on Monday there was no upload. That's because from 4:30 to like 7:30 I think it was, or 8 actually by the time he actually came. A plumber was meant to come around and fix my heating. And yeah, he was meant to come around at 5 and didn't end up coming to my house till like 3 hours later. Then I had to go shopping and get food because I was hungry. And then by the time I got back, it was like, it was really late and there wasn't time to upload and record and stuff. So apologies for that, but I have been reading a few comments recently. I will try and answer a lot of them today, if not all of them. And I read that some of you guys would rather me just, cut out that start of season update and just sort of get to the end of season and do the Champions League, end of season Champions League. But that's not really an option right now, due to the fact that it takes me more than a day to get through a season. It's not possible for me to get to the end of season, do an update there, and then we'll jump into the Champions League. So as a result, I will probably do 2 updates a season, mid-season like I am right now, and end of season. Then we'll do the Champions League. I mean, it'll be a lot easier once we actually get quite far in the Champions League. Say if we get into Champions League group stages, or even any group stage, Europa League or whatever, it'll be easy to do loads of updates because most of the season will just be Champions League, and then we can do an end of season update there. It won't be too far apart. But for now, it'll definitely be 2 updates per league season, and then an end of season update, just because I can't upload daily if not. So it has been January. January came and went, and there are a lot of good players out there I'm able to see right now. And it's about making sure I pick the right ones. Now, this guy, Tony Dennis, I'm really want this guy. He's got some decent stats, pace, acceleration, dribbling, crossing, corners, pretty decent there. Work rate, passing's not too bad. Overall, would be an absolutely brilliant player for this level. And he's been on trial with us now for a while. But I can't get him to lower his wage demand to an appropriate amount. For example, if I were to offer him a key player role for, let's say, 2 years, I offered him £550 a week, which is the most I can offer a player. I'll just put them to 0. And let's see what he wants. So he wants £1.3 thousand and only a few months deal. I don't want that. Add in relegation release clause to lower his wage demand down. I can't do it. There's nothing I can offer him. And as a result, the deals, I've offered him a few contracts. Deals keep breaking down. Offered him a trial. Deals broken down. He's an ex-Tottenham trainee, but I think he'd be really good here. The longer he's on free transfer for, the longer he's without a club, his demands will drop. But for now, he's just a little bit too far away from my ability to sign him. And it's so disappointing because he is a very good player and would do well here for the next few years. But oh well, we did have some action happen though. He was just one of the targets we weren't able to get. We signed a new goalkeeper and a new centre-back over January. We did as well, and December a little bit. And we also loaned out a few youngsters. The first guy we loaned out was Bolestro. He was the youngster who played centre-back for us this year. We loaned him out to Lions. He's done well in 1 game so far, so looking forward to see how he does. And we also loaned out a guy called Jason Robber. He went to Gibraltar Scorpions. He's done well so far. How else is Michael Cordoza? He was meant to be the youngster who played for us a few years last year. He's doing not too great for Gibraltar Scorpions. How is Gareth Clark doing? For Britannia, not too great. Not having as good as a year as he did with us. And Byrne is without a team, will probably end up retiring. But yeah, anyway, to the signings we brought in. Now, this guy, the first guy, Santos Ossia, he came from Atletico C. He was transfer listed by them. His contract was expiring at the end of the season. I offered them a deal of £0 and they accepted it. So I was able to then talk to him. I knew his wage demands were low. Currently, we've only got him on £350 a week for the rest of this season and the rest of next season. He's 21, he's Spanish, and he's got a really good report on him. Apparently, he's better than Coling. And really, if I compared stats, if we do a comparison between him and Coling in goal, we see that, in fact, he's beaten him in most areas. I did seriously look at this. Positioning isn't very good, but overall, from what I want in a goalkeeper, I think Ossia is definitely a little bit better. He may not have as good handling, but his reflexes are good. One-on-ones are better. Overall, I think this guy would just be a better goalkeeper. So he's going to be our goalkeeper for the next few years. I am looking to try and get rid of Dale Coling, not because I don't like him, but just because he's going to want to demand first team football. He's going to want a set amount of games per year. I can't offer him that, and I would rather he went out and played football. Being the Gibraltar national team goalkeeper, it's best he gets first team football as much as he can. But yeah, Santos Ossia, first actual signing really. Did well with Atletico C in the whatever division they're in. I can't see that currently. And he's played 2 games for us so far. Conceded 2 goals, but he's played well in both matches. So, yeah, looking forward to see how he goes. And then the last guy we signed in this winter window was the first ever African player I believe we've ever signed at this club. I imagine the whole club's history. He's an Algerian under-20s international if he wants to go. There he goes, 19 years of age. Not particularly great, I admit that. There was another guy we were chasing. He was a 15-year-old guy from Cyprus. Croatia, sorry. He's a 15-year-old centre-back from Croatia. Looked really good, had amazing potential, had decent stats. I think he was actually better than this guy right here. But the teams from Croatia were coming in for him, the top teams in Croatia, and of course, we're not going to be able to beat them for the signature, so he ended up going back to Croatia. But that was a shame because he was a really good youngster. In the end, I sort of settled for this guy, but in another way, I didn't, because he is a good player. In fact, according to this, he's our second best centre-back in the team, just behind Matthew Smith. He's here for, again, 2 years, remainder of this season and next season, so that'll do until then. He'll definitely won't get signed down to a new deal. He came in from a French team as well, from the CFAC. I think that's like the 4th tier of French football. Not really got much history, but yeah, it's not too bad. I showed you limited defender stats, got pretty good stats all around there, so overall I think he's going to be a decent centre-back. But we're improving the side now. If I were to go into the squad, you'll see that everyone's ratings sort of took a little bit of a dip due to the fact Osea came in and apparently he set the new standard, raised the bar of football here. So as a result, everyone's levels sort of dropped down. So O'Donoghue and Osea are definitely our 2 main men right now. Matthew Smith's looking pretty good. Same with Terry Brown. Same with Gregory, who's currently out injured for this match today, which I will live com. But yeah, we're looking now to improve the side. Left mids I'm looking at. Strikers I'm looking at. I'm looking at the right mid as well. We're looking to improve the side still. Defence is not looking too bad. In fact, it's probably our strongest area of the pitch, but we are looking to improve. Baldwin's actually looking pretty decent. Look at that. His ability has managed to keep on par from what it was before. And like I said, the standard of football has increased. So the fact that his level has increased is actually a credit to him. 19 years of age, still got his good potential as well. So I definitely think he's someone benefiting from the actual full-time professional deal as well. Look at that. His stats are shooting up. So excited to see how Dean Baldwin can do. But anyway, on to the league. We're top of the table, as you would expect. 7 wins out of, all the wins. I've won every single game since you last saw me. So, that's not a surprise there. College Europa and Lincoln look like going to run away with 2nd and 3rd. They'll just battle between that. And then the last Europa League spot would be battled between any of the bottom teams because they could still all theoretically get 4th. In the Cups, since I last saw you, we have again been on form. We beat College Europa 2-1, Lynx 5-2, and smashed Lions 7-1 in a really good game. Beat Man 62 2 on the bounce very recently, 4-1 and 2-1. The results I completely blipped over since I last saw you were we played the College Europa game in front of you, I believe. So it was the Lincoln game. We won that 2-1. It was Matthew Smith's 44th minute goal, which ended up being the winner. He did afterwards get himself sent off in the 67th minute, and they did get one back after that. So it was quite a tense last 15 minutes of the match, but we managed to hold on, and we managed to actually not look too bad down to 10 men. Against Olympique, we won 2-0, good result, and we also beat Lynx as well in the other match before we entered the cup run. So we have the Britannic today in the second round. We should win this game quite comfortably. Let's just jump into this. So, yep, that's going to be the team to go out. I already sorted it out. So, pretty much a standard team you would expect, apart from our 2 new signings. Brian Smith starts due to the fact Gregory's injured. And, yeah, let's jump into this. Actually, yeah, let's jump into this. So, one thing you probably noticed is Harrison's on the reserves. He's not had a really good year. If you look at his match rating there, 6.94 Harrison's had this year. For a team where everyone's getting over 7, apart from maybe the goalkeeper, I don't actually know what Coling's rating is. It's not really acceptable. Harrison, I've not enjoyed him these past 2 years. He's let me down. So, you'll get a chance to see the new signings in action today. It's their second game in charge. Second game in the team, I should say, for the centre-back anyway. Osea has played, this will be his 3rd game. But a new thing we'll kind of have to worry about a little bit, apparently, is the language barrier. Now, in Gibraltar, they do speak English and Spanish, because, of course, they're right at the bottom of Spain. It makes sense that they speak a little bit of Spanish there. So, but apparently, when my keeper came in, the Spanish language would be a barrier. But we do have Spanish players here. We still have Jose Luis Enrique, who is a natural Spanish speaker. So, it's not really a problem. But for the centre-back right here, Amari, he is going to have a little bit of a problem considering the fact he only speaks French, and we don't have any French people here. In fact, like I said, we rarely have any foreigners here. For the first few years at the side, as we should take the lead here, Duarte with a goal. For the first few years here, we only had English, Spanish, and Gibraltarian players in our team. Now we've got an Irishman, an Algerian. We've got a few different nationalities peeping in, and I will hopefully continue to make that grow. I've sort of set an aim. I really wanted to set the aim at the start of the series where I try to keep, as many Gibraltarian players as I can in, and that still is true. But for these next 3, 4, 5 years, where I really want to be making a push in Europe, getting past the second qualifying phase, and all that stuff, I'm taking that focus away from developing Gibraltarian talent, and now more towards building the team and making it a better squad. Because currently, I'll show you my finances at the end, but currently we've lost £300,000 since the injection of money from the Champions League to this point in the season in February. Now, if we continue to lose that amount of money, by the time we get our money again, or enter the Champions League again in July, we'd have lost £600,000. And then we'd have got an injection of money from the Champions League, which would only be £300 and something thousand. So the second qualifying phase, as I predicted, is not sustainable for our team being professional, as we concede to Rocha, not the guy we loaned out previously. We'll take Brian Smith on, even though Gregory isn't fit enough. We'll bring him on for these last few minutes. I hope that will change the game. But yeah, we're not currently sustainable being professional, and that is worrying. We're under our wage budget, but I don't know. We can't really afford to continue to lose this much money, or we will end up going back into a semi-pro team. And of course, I don't want that, as we're about to draw this game 1-1. I thought if I kept it on control, and eventually we'd just sort of take control of the game and win. But look at that. We just flew past the game there. It wasn't even an end highlight. 1-1. Oh, wait, no, it's extra time, of course. I forget this was a cup game. I'm surprised it's been forced to extra time. That's actually really annoying. Although last time the game was forced to extra time, we ended up smashing the team. So I have no worries here. We're a professional team. Fitness won't be as much of an issue as other teams in this league. For example, Britannia right now. We should have the fitness advantage. But I was looking at coefficient points for potential coefficient points we could have next season, as Montgomery has scored an absolute brilliant cross from Duarte. It really has to be said there. Without him, that Montgomery doesn't score a goal, because it was a pinpoint perfect cross with two people on him as well. Look at that. On his weaker foot. Oh my god, he almost scored it. In fact, he probably would have scored it if Montgomery hadn't touched it. But, what was I saying? Oh god, that goal made me lose what I was saying. Oh no. That's so poor. Oh, it was something about something about the finances. I forget. It's Coling, unable to score. What was I saying? Oh my god, I completely hate it when you lose what you're saying. God damn it. Oh god, I'm trying to think of what I said. I can't, honestly. I'm drawing a blank, and the more I try and think about it, the worse it's going to be. So let's continue forward. Let's continue forward and just get this cup win under our belt. And I predict we're going to win the quad this season. There's no reason why we shouldn't. There's no clear evidence that we're going to get knocked out of the cup. We've not really had an inconsistent year. We lost that game early on in the season, but apart from that, we've won every game, showed some good team spirit. We do still concede the goals, which I'm not happy with, but no, there's nothing really we can do about that, as we should make it 3. Montgomery there slotting home a very easy goal. 2 goals in injury time for him, and it is in the end, the scoreline will look relatively comfortable, but really the game won't reflect that. We could even get 4 here. Brown almost scoring what would have been a pretty good volley. If he'd have managed to smash that in the back of the net, it would have looked pretty good. Wait, maybe Britannia still want to get a goal back in this? If they get it 3-2, no. Lopez gets it back. Lopez still one of the best right backs I can find for probably his wage. Everyone I want to get at this club has wants an extremely large wage. I keep finding players, and it's like, oh yeah, they want between £500 and £1,000. I think I can only offer you 500. You're not going to come to me. That's a massive challenge I'm going to have to overcome. I have to really scout out a lot of people. Like the goalkeeper I currently have, I had to scout out. I scouted out a lot of people. But I wanted to make sure the guy we were signing was good enough, and because he was at Atletico, we couldn't offer him a trial. So in the end, I scouted him out for must have been a solid, from November to December, from the time I got him, a solid month worth of scouting. and it constantly said he'd accept like £300 and something a week. So I was like, you know what, that's a really cheap wage for someone of his quality. You know, I can afford that. I can accept that. Well, technically I can't afford it, but the board say I can afford it due to my wage bill. So yeah, I can't minimize my wage budget anymore. So God, it's Brown. Come on, Brown, make it 4. Make it 4. Make it 4. Why not make it 4? That's the second time now this season that you've seen a live com, and it's ended in a 100 or a last-minute goal. Last time it was Lopez getting an injury time a goal to make it, what was it, 5-0? This time it's an injury time or a last-minute goal to make it 4-1 in a game that's already over in injury time. But yeah, look, fitness just became a massive issue in the end for Britannia, and we walked away really comfortably. So, yep. Game, we made it a little bit harder on ourselves. We made ourselves play an extra 30 minutes, but we'll probably get like a 2-3 weeks of rest, so that isn't a problem, you know, it's fine. But yeah, I'm going to show you my finances. Look at that. We are leaking out money currently, about 50 grand a month going out. Something I sort of can say that is a plus is if I go on actually club history, records, attendances, and average attendance. You'll see that average attendance has continued to grow. We did have a bad year in 2018, 2019, but this year our attendance is a lot higher than it has been ever before. So our fan base is still growing, but not at a rate in which it can support, you know, the finances we need. So hopefully we won't go back into a semi-pro thing. That's what I was talking about. I think before I was cut out, I think I remember now. Our coefficient points. Please say I was talking about that. Either way, I want to talk about that. Our coefficient points, I was looking at it for the upcoming season. Because they sort of have one on here for 2021-22. Now, that'll be the upcoming season next year. And I put that in order of this. So, we should find ourselves... Oh, I've gone the wrong way. We should find ourselves around 200 and something, I believe. There we are. There you go. You see that we will jump up. We will continue to grow. I don't know how many places, but our coefficient points will be 5.583. Now, if certain people don't win certain divisions, and we're a little bit lucky, because I think next year we're going to be entering the second qualifying phase of the Champions League. If certain teams, like I say, don't qualify or don't enter the competition, if we're put in a decent group with low coefficient points, technically we could be a seeded team. Now, we will be relying on a lot of things going our way, but we could be a seeded team. If not, we could still potentially be a seeded team in the next few years. There's a lot of Dutch teams there. There's TNS. I don't know how they've got so many points. But, yeah, you know, our coefficient points aren't looking too bad next year. We just need to continue to pick up a few more points. I think I set the target a few years ago, about 6 to be a seeded team. Again, that depends on what pot you're in or what group you're in. But, yeah, we could technically be a seeded team in the next few years. So that's what I'm focusing on. And overall, I really want to get to Champions League, just like you guys. But like I say, if you want videos every day, it's not possible for me to do that. So next time I will meet you back will be an end of season update, like I've done for the past few years, where I go through how everything's grown. We'll also do a draw as well next time. So until then, peace out.